Hey guys, welcome to Richard Wheeler Works. It's a Twitch stream where I work. This is an intro video that is kind of a take 2.5. I didn't have the settings right when I was streaming earlier today. It's January 20th, 2021, and it's our first stream. So I'm just kind of do a do-over so I have something to upload to the channel. So people can see what's going on. So this stream is a couple things. Well, it's a lot of things. It's things I do for work, and I do a lot of things for work. First of all, I am a chief operating officer and president of a small government services consulting firm called the So Company. And I'm also an artist and design researcher, and I do a lot of weird things. So this stream is a little bit of all that. Wednesdays will be, for at least the time being, doing something called the If I Could See What You See viewing party, which is related to a project I've been working on for a few years about surveillance and surveillance culture. And then Fridays, with my partner and friend Sean So, the CEO of the So Company, we're going to be doing a segment called FBO Forever. FBO is an acronym for a now defunct U.S. government website called FedBizOps, where the government used to post contracting opportunities. It's been replaced, and we're going to be looking at some of the newer tools that are available to learn about what the government is buying and why. So more of that on Friday. For now, though, let's talk a little bit about If I Could See What You See. What is it? Let's take a look here. Make sure that, yeah, that seems to be working. Let's go over to that page. So If I Could See What You See is a project that I worked on when I started, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, examining surveillance and trying to create an open source surveillance pedagogy. What does open source mean? Two things. In the intelligence collection context, open source means not secret sources. And the software or other thing development context, open source means, it can mean a lot of things, right? But it means the code is open for use. People take it to mean other things as well, but that's a general term for it. Free and open source software can mean something slightly different. We won't get into all those things right now because there could be big debates about it all. Anyway, this is my website. This is some stuff about the project. If you want to read more, go to richardwheeler.com and click on the link for If I Could See What You See. Right here's a video that I produced for the project that's showing a piece of standard training from most sniper programs for most militaries in the world. And it's created by looking at PR or propaganda videos, either produced by militaries themselves or as part of news or documentaries that you could see on channels like the History Channel or Discovery. So let's take a look at this video and see what some of the outputs of this project have been, and then we'll take a look at some of the inputs. All right, let's get this fired up here.
To be successful as a sniper, no matter what they're doing, whether it's looking for target indicators, shooting, stalking, anything that the sniper does hinges on...
Observation is across the board on all of our roles, all of our primary roles. You need to have good observation.
Lors de missions réelles, en opération, ces hommes doivent être capables de rester 48 heures ou 72 heures sans bouger.
Just a note, you're maybe wondering, why don't I make it full screen? If I make it full screen, it actually, there's some issues. I'm still trying to get to be able to see in full screen mode. That I need to do some things to do that. So right now, it's going to be in this theater mode. With all the things that go on there, just like technical note.
Sur leur point d'observation.
One more technical note. I'll talk later about multi-language support and strategies I've used for that. So anyway, back to the video.
à épier les mouvements de l'ennemi, puis à transmettre ces informations au commandement.
Students at the US Army Sniper School are taking a tough exercise called TD, Target Detection.
Dabei suchen die angehenden Scharfschützen ein vor ihnen liegendes Gelände nach diesen Teilen ab.
Devant eux, éparpillés dans l'herbe, une dizaine d'objets de toutes sortes.
Some items can barely be seen with the naked eye. Others require expert scanning techniques, along with spotting scopes and binoculars.
Here, they line up in the prone with their scopes
Ihnen steht ihr Fernglas und die Optik des Scharfschützengewehres zur Verfügung.
and are evaluated on their ability to find the targets within the field of view.
10 objects, parts of weapons and kit that the commandos have memorized,
Like mortar rounds and batteries,
are hidden in the terrain before them.
Auf 50 Meter Entfernung ist es nicht leicht, eine Reinigungsbürste zu finden.
To the untrained eye, the field may be empty of any targets, but there are certain indicators these future snipers must learn to detect.
What's keying them in on those objects is
shapes, reflections, color, and anything out of the ordinary.
their hard lines, we call them. Nothing in nature really grows in a straight line. So when we see straight, perfect lines, it's an indicator that that is man-made.
To pass, they must find and identify at least 7 out of the 10 objects.
Right, you've got 20 minutes from now to do your panoramics.
10 minutes pour réaliser un croquis du paysage.
Innerhalb von 45 Minuten fertigen sie eine Skizze an und fügen die gefundenen Gegenstände darin ein.
Ils ont 40 minutes pour les retrouver, les identifier et les situer sur leur croquis. En tout, 1 heure d'observation sous la pluie. Après 1 heure, récupération des croquis.
The trainees are marked and shown the hidden objects.
If you look down to the right of arc, we'll go to the first object. If you look down to where Lee is, who didn't plot anything in this area? Lee, can you go in and touch? So you've got straight object running down to a brass bit at the bottom. 5.56 cleaning rods with the chamber brush attached to the end.
I got to pick up the speed on the stocks and the TD.
Well, you can see that little window that came up from YouTube. That's leading in to where this video came from. In other words, the sources that I used to create this video. Before we go there and take a look at some of the material that I'm reviewing now, I've got 285 videos of a backlog, although some of those may have disappeared along the way. We'll take a look at that in a second. I just want to scroll down here and show you how some of the YouTube algorithm has learned over time what this video is, right? It's kind of a meta surveillance point, but YouTube has a pretty good idea of what this video is about, right? Number one choice is showing me a new, only 2-month-old video about sniper section training, which I definitely want to watch, so I'm going to actually save this to the playlist, new videos to review. These are open playlists that you can see, by the way, so if you want to become a part of the project and contribute to the pedagogy, you can do that as well. And then everything else is about, yeah, military stuff, Edward Snowden, and stuff like that. Let's see if there's anything else. This one, definitely. I don't know which, this might be the Spanish Army. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, we're going to add that to the playlist. That definitely looks like it could be about surveillance. The Snowden thing I'm not interested in. I'm really not interested in Edward Snowden in general. And him talking about how cell phones spy on us. It's not germane to this project, and I can talk more about that later. Foreign Legion training, I'm interested in that, but not for this mission, or sorry, just read mission. For this project per se. Similarly, commando training, Russian Special Forces training. This one, yes. Maybe not. Recon Marines conduct house drills is interesting for something else, not for this. So let's see, I'm going to put this in a different playlist, which is called... By the way, I have a whole channel that's or a whole account that's just for this project, for If I Could See What You See, and then I have one that's for my artwork in general, because, you know, I've got thousands of videos here, and if you have them on your personal account, then you're just trying to watch cat videos and you keep seeing, like, you know, weird sniper stuff. Okay, this one, right? How does military camouflage work? Yes. Armapedia, I wonder if that's about the Arma game. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to save this. So, you know, this is part of how you have to find stuff on YouTube. You know, just writing in Sniper is not very useful. It's part of it, but there's a lot of other things you have to do to find material that's... So this one here, you see, is a source video from 6 years ago that I used 4 years ago when I made this video, or 3.5 years ago. Tirador selectos, francotirador means sniper in Spanish. I don't know much Spanish, but I know how to talk about military stuff in Spanish. So there's actually quite a bit of stuff that's coming up here that, you know, will be useful in terms of finding more source material to understand. And I'm looking at Sniper specifically because there is so much material, and this is a way to look at people who are doing a kind of physical surveillance. There are, of course, other kinds of physical surveillance, but this one is, you know, ironically, it's one of the most visible, right? All right, we're almost down to improvements to Army individual first aid kit. I want that for another reason. It's gonna go military triage. Israeli Special Forces, I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm actually going to save this because there could be some interesting stuff in there. There. And do. Right. Almost to the bottom here. Yes, we got it to the bottom. All right, so... This is how a day goes with me, right? I got this, let's say this was a source video. I would have watched it and said, okay, there we go. I learned something. Do I download this? Go into that in a different video. Use some tools to rip media from YouTube so I can then re-edit it. And I use Adobe Premiere. You know, to pull it out of the internet in a way that's usable. Because a lot of this stuff, you know, it's not built for that. It's built to just be there. You just sit there like, you know, you're in a casino in the one-armed bandit and like just watching videos one after the other. But that's not my intent. My intent is to make something out of it. So let's go back here to YouTube, though, and go to this list of 280. Now I added probably 290, right? Let's see. Videos that are about sniping. Well, this one's 27 minutes long, so I don't think we're going to watch this one right now. Yeah, they're 291. So let's find one that's a little bit shorter to watch. Wait till some of these. Okay, so here's a brand. Well, this one, Tirador Selectos. We'll see. This doesn't look like one that's made by a military itself. And I'd kind of like to show you one of those. So let's find a shorter one that is how to service an Alpha 900 helmet. That shouldn't be in here. Oh, here we go. Soldiers complete helicopter sniper training. Let's take a look at this. This should be cool. Right? Who doesn't want to be a... I know somebody who used to be a sniper in a helicopter. Whoa, this is loud.
Around 21st of July and 25th of July.
There we go.
We started with crew gunnery, mounted machine gun gunnery.
So where does this come from? This comes from the U.S. Army. Okay, you know, all the militaries in the world have their own YouTube channel. They have their own Instagram feeds. I mean, Instagram is the next frontier of this for me. But so this is basically a PR or a propaganda video that's coming directly from the U.S. Army. And they've made a slick package you can hear with all the music. Captain Derek Beecham here, HHC 315th Infantry, so headquarters company. Yeah, so he probably, snipers are assigned to him as a special element. That's why he's here.
Alongside our Romanian partners, we went from crew gunnery, mounted machine gun gunnery, up to platoon live fire, and now today we're doing a sniper aerial shoot.
We're out here today shooting out of a Black Hawk using our M110s. So we'll get into the Black Hawk. They have a grid that we're going to fly to.
So, you know, this is just a regular infantry unit, nothing special. This isn't some crazy tier 1, you know, Delta Force SEAL team kind of thing. Just for context.
We get there, we're going to hover over the targets, and then we just pop some shots on them. This is actually like a real world type of scenario that a lot of like sniper sections do during deployment. FBI does it, SWAT team does it.
The reason for this training is to give the snipers another platform to fire from. This platform can increase lethality other than just shooting from a vehicle or ridgeline. It expands what a unit can do.
So, you know, this is just a shooting part of being a sniper. There's not a lot of reconnaissance or surveillance in this, right? This is a shooting skill, shooting from a helicopter at a stationary or moving target. Not a lot you can learn here, right, about surveillance. You might be able to learn something about shooting, and I've seen, I don't know, half a dozen of these videos, you know, where people are shooting from a helicopter. And so you learn a little bit about getting this webbing and some carabiners and rigging it to the you know, vehicle and being clipped in, and, you know, for those occasions when any of us need to shoot from a helicopter. But, you know, would I download this? Would I use this? Probably not. You know, I'm going to watch it.
Accomplish, right? So if a sniper team is only shooting from ridge lines, they're only trained in shooting from ridge lines. If an aviation company is only trained in doing one certain task, we're only good at one certain task. But us being...
Just, you know, one of the things you can do, though, is go... So this is on YouTube. But with the U.S. Military, there's a site called DVIDS, Defense Video Information Distribution, or Defense Video Image Distribution System. We'll go to that in a second, and maybe try to find the sources, because frequently what you can do is find the A-roll and the B-roll, right? Like this talking head shot of this guy, and then also the raw footage. So we'll do that in a second. Let's just get through this.
Able to work together and expand on, and essentially combining forces, we can not only help them do and have more capabilities outside of just shooting from the ground, but it helps us to do something else to help the ground force in any request they have.
And, you know, all sorts of things. Let's just go quickly and see if we can find that on DVIDS. And I don't remember if that's a .org or .com or .gov. Oh, it's .net. Okay. And so let's say helicopter sniper. Let's see if we get a hit. Everybody in the world wants to be on DVIDS right now. Okay. there's some other stuff here. Like, clearly there's a lot of it. So Branch is Army. And they were, we'll see if that helps us. Right. Definitely a lot of the stuff you would need to know if you actually wanted to shoot from a helicopter. Here's some other... No, this isn't them. This is... Gosh, what is that? Is that a Marine Corps patch? It's... Anyway. I may be able to get down an individual unit. Maybe that's what I can do. Yeah, what was it? That was the... 100 and... Well, let's go take a look. I can actually do that, right? Scroll back here. 315th Infantry. So let's see if that's... No. But then the was that a pilot, or this guy was 5th Battalion, 101st. Alright, well, we're not seeing that. Let's see if we can get to... So, alright. This was August 11th, 2020. So, it's got to be before that, at least, right? Maybe this isn't going to help much. But a lot of it is. So, at least August 10th. Doesn't like me. So we got the video. We'll do that. That'll help us. Oh wait, there it is. I just wasn't seeing it. Right. Okay. So this is. Let's see if this is the same. This might be the same video. Or this might be different, right? 7th Mobile Public Affairs Detachment. Visit video page. Okay. Length 1 minute and 30 seconds. All right. So nothing there. The one other thing you could do would be to look at the creator. Now, this is just specific to the U.S. military. I don't know as much about other militaries around the world and whether or not they have this same level of, traceability. You can get to this level. But sometimes, yeah, so this Private First Class Grimaldo's source video isn't up in here. But be able to, write to them and get it if you wanted. Anyway, so this one, what I do next after this is I decide whether I want to download it. And this one I really don't, because it's not really helping me. It's cool, but I'm not going to use it. So I have this videos to download folder, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to put it into pass. And okay, so I did that, and then let's see, where did that go? Yep, I'll go to the page here. And oh, did it already go away? Oh no, right. So so it's interesting. I can't remove it because I'm not logged in as, this is just a workflow thing. This is the issue with trying to make a collaborative project going through YouTube videos. Like, when in this login state, I can add videos, but I can't remove them. So I have to change logins here and add an account and do all these things. Just do this quickly, which is a little boring, but hey, this is a stream about work. You know, you get what you pay for here. Use a password manager, people, right? All right, right. Wow, this is. Let's see. Use two-factor authentication. Okie dokie. Okay. Now I am logged into the project, not just logged into a piece or in a state where I can view things in the project. So now I'm going to, let's see here, remove this from this playlist. Boom, there we go. Why do I have this field medic? Okay, there's some things here that don't belong here. So there we go. That's one video. We did it. So let's see. I'm not quite sure how long this has been. Oh, no, I do. It says it's been 22 minutes. So that took a minute, probably because I was talking you through it. But you can imagine if I were looking at, you know, something that was, you know, 7 minutes, 23 minutes. I mean, some of these are pretty long. You know, I'm pretty sure about some of them, like this, you know, one that's about our U.S. Army sniper section training. You know, I'm going to download this. This is a no-brainer that I'm going to download this because this is going to have some stuff in it. Is it stuff I've already seen? Maybe. Probably. But
Effects.
Why are they doing this music? Oh. It skipped. You know, you get a lot of this kind of like, it's so cool, look how cool it is stuff. So you really have to...
And we're going to infill into an area, and then we're going to do a...
really look around for, you know, the stuff that's worthwhile. Like, I don't need to see this picture of a bunch of sniper rifles unless it can tell me something about, you know, camouflage, which this really doesn't. All this tells me is they had some camo tape and they like made 2 wraps around the buttstock and a little bit around, you know, some of the optics, right? So you'd have to scrub through this a little bit more and ask yourself, you know, what is going on here? Like, okay, they're doing a range finding exercise. Is that interesting? Can I learn something about doing range finding exercises? What does that tell me about surveillance? Here, somebody's taking apart an MRE. I don't know if I need to know about that, really. Meal ready to eat. So, you know, is there useful stuff in here? Yes. Would I have to really go through to find it? It looks like I would. This is... maybe there isn't a lot of useful stuff in here now that I look at it. This is a lot of just like people who are out and about. Yeah, your mileage may vary, you know. I think this is the thing about this kind of work is that there's a lot of material. And you have to really, really work to break out the material that's useful from the material that isn't. Just going back to the project as a whole and the amount that I've already looked at or that I've already processed. Just loading up all the libraries here, right? I've downloaded and viewed 415 videos, right? There's another 45 I viewed and passed on. These are all different states of it, but this overall represents about 800 videos, and they range in length from 30 seconds to 2 hours. I don't really have an average on it right now, but it's a lot of material to get down to a few small videos. But also, one of the points of the project, and I really encourage you if you're interested in this, if you've watched for this long, to go look at the description on my website, richardwheeler.com, because I'm interested in exposing things that we think are invisible or that we think we can't see. You might say, wow, what they do in sniper school, what they do in some sort of special operations training, it's a secret. It's not a secret. If it was a secret, why would they have all these PR and propaganda videos? What happens on operations might be secret, right? But a lot of the work that goes into training isn't secret. A lot of the equipment that's used isn't secret. You can buy it on the internet, right? So when you start to really cut away at this notion of what's secret and is not, you really can see most of it's what is called gray information. Right? It's not on a spectrum of black to white, black being completely hidden, white being completely open, gray somewhere in the middle. You might have to work a little to find it or to see it, but you can. And that is a meta perspective that really, I think, you can take to understanding surveillance and understanding the surveillance point of view that underpins a lot of things that go on in our world. Is that if you assemble the parts, you can learn something about the wider whole. Well, it's been great having you here with me today, and I hope to see you again. Hopefully every Wednesday I'll just be online doing this exact same thing. And then, like I said, Fridays, it'll be me and Sean So looking at government contracting and what's going on there. So there may be some other things as we go, but we're just going to start with that. So this has been Richard Wheeler, and I've been working, and I look forward to seeing you here again soon.